Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over my June bullet journal setup. So my whole inspiration behind this theme was this yellow floral paper. And so I was trying to find markers that matched it in shade and color, and I found three main ones. I used like a yellow tombow and then two blue, like a darker blue and a lighter blue. And along with the tombows, I used a few different pieces of scrapbooking paper, which had similar colors and went together in theme. And throughout this whole setup, I alternated between the different papers and the marker colors, trying to mix things up but still keep it cohesive. Here, I actually made a really stupid mistake. Instead of simply writing the word June out over top of the mixed media I already had laid down, I wrote out the letter on paper that wasn't in my bullet journal, thinking I would cut it out and have a border, but I ended up not even using a border, so I basically glued writing, just plain calligraphy, straight onto the paper when I could have just written it there, which I ended up doing for the rest of the journal, but I wasted like 30 minutes just cutting out the word June when I didn't need to, which I thought was funny, but also it took up a lot of time. So I took the floral paper and I cut the flower in half and pasted it around this circle, which I thought ended up looking pretty and adding an accent but not making the page too chaotic. So here I'm working on my calendar spread, which is pretty basic setup. Each of the boxes is 6 by 6 squares, and I left a border on the side and bottom because I like having some space around. And so the 7 columns to the left leave a space, which I usually fill in with a little block for like writing notes down on the side, which is that big empty column. And I find it really useful. I haven't seen a bunch of other bullet journalists do this, but like for me it works really well because I don't use this spread much, but sometimes if I have an event that is actually occurring in the next month, I'll write it in the notes page of the month that I have already planned in my bullet journal so I can transfer it later, and it's really helpful. I tried to tie in the colors and I used my other scrapbooking paper, which had some stripes on it, and I enforced the colors with other markers that I had and put the strips on the top and bottom in the open spaces, and then I drew some more circles, which kind of become a theme. They kind of look like bubbles a little bit. Anyway, so for the habit tracker, which is actually my favorite spread, I love how it turned out. I used another flower and colored it yellow so that it would match the rest of my color scheme, and then I wrote in habit tracker, but the T wasn't in cursive, so I ended up just making every T in the entire month not cursive. I don't really like how cursive T's look because they're just like big swoops with a line through them, and they kind of, I don't like how they look, and I just forgot that I was writing cursive when I finished the word. Anyway, I digress. For the habit trackers, I glued the heading at the top after I blocked in the days that weren't there this month, so the first Sunday and then the last 4 days. And then I wrote in the titles for each habit tracker. And the habits I'm tracking this month are writing lessons, organizing my room, journaling, YouTube, practicing piano, working out, art, and no technology. So hopefully I can actually do them this month instead of leaving them half blank. So this next spread is my Japanese spread, and I'm learning Japanese through Duolingo at the moment, which has been really helpful for me. I started like over a year ago and I've learned a lot. I'm not like very good at it at all, but like it's something really challenging for me that I enjoy. So I always put a tracker in my bullet journal for it, and the way I do it is I divide up what I want to learn that month into like colored blocks by unit. And so I have one for review and practice, but I'm also going to try to learn the restaurant unit, the family unit, counting, and activity 1. So I'm giving each of those a color, and I'll color in what I do every day because on the left side I have like the days numbered for all of June, and then on the bottom I have XP in like numbers, so like 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. And I'll be hopefully filling out every day and like not losing my streak, because you have like streaks on there. Like if you practice every day, you'll keep your streak. But yeah, hopefully I stick with it and learn lots of new things, because kind of slacked off in May a lot. It was the last month in my old journal, but I did not do very well in any form of like using my trackers. But this new journal, so motivated. Anyway, so this next spread, I had never done a spread like this. I've done a brain dump spread, but I never used it. But this is an art ideas spread, so I can brainstorm new projects and stuff for like videos and just for fun. I could like do collages or just little thumbnail sketches on here. I'm not a very sketchy person. Like, I have a huge Canson sketchbook, but usually whatever I put in there, I end up making into my final drawing. I've been trying to do like character design and stuff recently, but because I'm a perfectionist, it's not good. After I finished the heading, I decided to make a YouTube growth tracker. I've seen Amanda Rich Lee do one. I've seen some other bullet journalists do it too. It'll be cool to see how well my channel does this month, if at all. But yeah, I'm excited for that. So moving on to the weekly spreads, I decided to put 2 weeks on one page because I'm not having school assignments, obviously, because it's summertime and usually there's less to do in the summer. So I basically traced out some big boxes in alternating colors so that it adds some life to the page and not every box looks the same. Then I just wrote the week of the month in calligraphy at the top, kind of over top of the line. And then I decided to add in a T-chart divider for each week so I could divide up my events and tasks. So now it's time for the final flip through of my June bullet journal setup. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I love the colors. The mixed media was really fun. I've never really done that in a theme, but I'm glad that this was my first theme in my new journal. If you're watching this while in the video, I'm grateful. I'm a new channel just starting out, but I love art and anything creative, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to stick around to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.